continue to troubleshoot this project and see if we can't get it to do what it's supposed to do. Let's see here. GovTub. Okay. All right. Sound seems to be working. Hold on, I gotta log in. Let's see here. Just trying to get. Let's see. Trying to get something. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I just wanted to put a post out there to the band now that they know what the the show is. There we go. And here we go. All right, so we're going to do some more electronics work. Oh, it's cold. I'm going to put the heater on until I need to use a soldering iron, if I have to use a soldering iron, because it's freaking cold. I'm so ready for it to be warm again. All right. So go to the chat GPT. Hello, Rushed. Welcome, welcome. Doing some electronics work. Trying to make a really bright LED turn on right now. I was unsuccessful yesterday. So so right now I'm trying to troubleshoot with ChatGPT and figure out why this buck booster or buck converter is not doing what it's supposed to do, which is basically turn on an LED only when I hit a push button. I've got something wired incorrectly somewhere. Don't know what it is. I messed around with some soldering yesterday. It worked. I made an electrical circuit. I don't know if I'm going to have to do any of that today. Hopefully not, because I'm no good at it. But if I do, hey, we'll play around with the soldering iron too. All right, so from the battery to fuse, from fuse to SSR, one negative, SSR output one negative. On the two side of the output, I've got, let's see here, I've got one line going to the buck controller. To Vin Plus. So SSR Thompson input. So boost Vin Plus. SR to Vin Plus on the boost. And 2 plus 2. Thompson 12 volt plus. Then I had the 12 volt negative going to the Thompson 12 volt negative to boost, then negative, and to the battery. And then the Thompson 5 volt. 5 volt plus to Arduino. Thompson 5 volt negative to Arduino ground. Right. Did I miss anything? And then the Arduino. Here's the yellow. Here's the yellow from the Arduino. But I also have a switch in here somewhere. I know this is a mess. We were playing around with this. Yes. Oh, there we go. So, and then Arduino is also connected to the push button. Right? Yep. Push button should use a different color. That's all right. So that is D4 and ground. Ground. D4 and ground. Okay. Let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. And I'll go to the chat here. Oh, hey, what's up, soldier? Yes, I need. That's pretty funny. Need to consult an expert. I wish I was an expert at this. I am definitely not. I am Teddy Vasquez. Hey, hello, welcome to the channel. Yeah, I am trying to troubleshoot this whole setup to try to turn this light on. It's a ridiculously bright 100 watt LED that I'm going to turn into a flash for a camera, for a prop. Once I get it working, then I'm going to clean all this wiring up and actually put it into a box. I'm going to make a camera prop, an old style camera prop. But for now, I'm just trying to get the light to turn on. And I thank y'all for stopping by tonight. Don't know how long I'll be on. Probably an hour. We'll see how long it takes me to get this done. I also have I have an order to work on. A neighbor. Complete Arduino set from Mirrorshake, never opened the box. Man, Arduino is fun. If you know anything about C++, VBA, it's all kind of similar in the syntax. And actually, Arduino is pretty simple in the syntax. I played around with it when I took some college classes, and made a little robot follow around a track and stuff. And it was very easy to do. It can do some cool stuff. Very, very simple. I'm actually thinking about using it for some other stuff. Not one script, huh? Well, it's never too late to learn. I'm learning VBA right now. I'm loving it. I've got another AI that's helped me with it, and I'm slowly learning the syntax. I'm slowly learning the programming to where I'm starting to understand it. So when I see an error come up in the code, because it happens a lot, I'm using Gemini because that's all I'm allowed to use at work. It's really good at coding, but it tends to fail in the same way over and over and over again, not learn from its mistakes, even though I told it to learn from its mistakes. It just hasn't. So I'm starting to recognize some of the bad code and adjust as we go. But it's pretty fun. All right, I got to check ChatGPT and see what it says. Okay, very close. Description actually reveals the exact problem. The line is the issue. From SSR output to means your Thompson Arduino power is only getting power after the SSR. So your Arduino can't reliably always be on unless the SSR is on. May the SSR output node do double duty. The correct split point must be after the fuse, not after the SSR. Okay? So battery to fuse. Okay, fuse output equals fuse 24 volts. Split the fuse into two branches. Branch A, flash power through SSR. So to the bus, SSR output terminal 1, output terminal 2 to the boost VIN plus. That's what I have. Oh, boost VIN plus. So then I need... Oh, so I just have this wire connected in the wrong spot. I just need to move this over to here so it's getting the full 24 volts. Okay, cool. I can do that. So that's where I made the mistake yesterday. We take this one out. Good. At least I don't have to rewire anything. That's awesome. So take that out, put that back in. Maybe you can't see on camera. I don't know. So the solid state relay, I was basically stepping down the voltage before it ended up into this other step down transformer. Doodad. Yeah, I use the technical terms here. Doodad, thingy, stuff like that. So I can get that in there. And if I open that up a bit, I should be able to get this wire in here. And eventually these will all be soldered connections. Again, I'm just trying to make it work. And then we're going to take a look and see about cleaning it up. All right, so there's that. So from the fuse bus to the Thompson input, okay. Grounds, you mostly did it right. Battery, negative to the ground bus. Boost VIN, negative to the ground bus. All ground equals call your line. Thompson VIN, boost VIN into battery. It's correct. That's your common ground. Connection. Okay, so my grounds. So everything should be, let's see, boost VIN negative to the ground bus. Boost VIN negative. It is going to the ground bus. Thompson input negative to the ground bus. It is. Thompson 5 volt to Arduino ground. Okay. Yeah, that all should be good. All right. One more small thing to double check. You wrote push button at, D4. Yep. Power on this Arduino power immediately. Boost board should be off unless you press the button. Press the button. Okay, so now it should. Let's see. Can you guys see what I'm doing here? Maybe, maybe not. Let's move the camera a little bit. Have not used VB in years. Yeah, it's a lot like C++ actually. Turned my first bowl last night, turning handles for some ferro rods. Ooh, nice. God, I need a lathe so bad. I need so much. Oh, I like that soldier. All right, so let's see what happens here when we attach some power. So what should happen is this right here. There's a little LED light that should not be on when I connect power. The Arduino should turn on. This should have power going to it. So there should be an LED that turns on there, in theory. All right, nothing's touching that shouldn't be touching. All right, okay, I've got a negative. We'll put that negative on there. And we'll put the power positive on there. That stupid LED is still on. Son of a gun. All right, the Arduino LED is on, but this LED is on this boost controller, and it shouldn't be. Where's my push button? Oh, it's right there. So this it's not doing anything. So what did I do wrong? Okay. So we will disconnect power. Let the capacitors discharge before I touch anything. Damn it. What do I have wrong here? I'm going to go back through the checklist and make sure. I've got a common ground bus. My 5 volt output is going to the Arduino and the Arduino only. That's going to Arduino ground. That's going to Arduino. It should be 5 volt, which it's. Yep, that's 5 volt. I can't believe I can actually read that. D4 is connected. The other ground is connected. The other ground is going to. Nothing? Oh, because I haven't connected that's for the LED. That's why. I think. Yeah, that should be LED control. All right. So, actually, maybe I need to connect that ground. Oh, well, maybe that is part of the problem here. So this, where can I hook this in right now? It's a common ground. There we go. guess here I can just kind of stick it in there for now. Let's see if that does anything. What's the worst that can happen, right? That did not do it. All right. All right. So I'll let that discharge again. All right. Let's see here. I did mean D4. Great. Okay. So now I have a battery to fuse to SSR terminal 1. From terminal 1 to Thompson 12 volt plus. SSR 2 plus to the boost controller, VIN plus. So from SSR to boost controller, VIN plus. VIN negative. So boost VIN negative. boost VIN negative. Boost VIN negative. Thompson 12 volt, 24 volt. Negative. Battery negative. To battery negative. Thompson. That's the 5 volt plus to, let's see, Thompson 5 volt plus to Arduino 5 volt. Let's verify that is the right wire. Yep. Yeah, to Arduino 5 volt. Thompson 5 volt negative to Arduino ground on 5 volt board. And then let's see, D4 to push button. Ground on D4 side to push button. All right. Let me check the chat here. All right. Yeah, so I am, like I said, trying to troubleshoot this. Almost there. Only one thing I want to change is one deal of how you tap the Thompson positive. Right now, you said battery to fuse to SSR terminal 1 from terminal 1 to Thompson plus. That can work if SSR terminal 1 is acting like your fuse bus, but it's cleaner, more bulletproof to make a split at the output or dedicated junction instead of using like a split point right after the fuse. I don't want to do that. So the fuse output, the back connection or excellent bypass. Okay. Otherwise, correct. Critical connection, you didn't mention SSR controller. To make the SSR actually switch, you still need D3 to SSR control. Oh, well, you didn't fucking tell me that. Oh. So, son of a bitch. So D3. So that's this one. D3. So D3 to SSR control plus. Would have been nice, ChatGPT, had you told me that. It might have. I was probably just not listening. Come on. I need another hand. Just like when I'm soldering. You really need 3 hands to solder. I don't know how people do it. It's PFM, I'm telling you. Okay, and then the negative, Arduino ground to SSR control negative. Well, how the fuck am I supposed to do that? I don't have another ground. How the heck is that supposed to work? Do I have another ground? I don't. So let me tell it. Use one ground near the 5 volt pins, the other ground near the D pins, totally fine. They're the same ground internally. Okay. I don't have a third on the Arduino. SSR control negative side too. Okay. Hopefully we're almost there. If I need to, I'll just connect that to the ground bus, which is fine. I can do that. Let's see what happens. I might not have the right program installed on the Arduino. That could be the problem too. Oh, ChatGPT got stuck. You don't need a third ground pin. You just need to share one of the existing ground pins or tie everything to a ground bus. Okay. Okay. So I need to put. Okay. So I'm going to need a ground bus. I'll probably need a breadboard for that. So I need a ground from control to. So from here, connect that to ground. This should be black anyway, not white. Let's see what happens here. Kids don't try this at home. I'm surprised I haven't shocked myself yet, actually. I used to tell my kids I was an electrician in the Navy, so I can't get shocked. Or lightning doesn't affect me. That's what it was. We tell the kids, lightning's dangerous and all that jazz. So I need to connect this to a common ground. Oh, well, I can do it here. I can chuck it in there. Screwdriver. Just had it. Because that all goes to the ground bus, right? Yeah, it's all ground. I stick that bad boy in there. And then smush it. Well, let's see what happens there. All right. All right. Those are in there good. All right. Nothing is touching positive to negative, I hope. And this. Well, what the heck? Where's this one going to? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That ground isn't going to anything. Wait a minute. Might I have solved the problem here? These grounds aren't connected. Okay. So stupid me. I didn't even have my switch connected to anything. Okay. So that's coming from my switch. That should be this ground right here. One, two, three, four. That's ground. Yep, that's ground. Okay. So that ground goes to the switch. The other side goes to D3. Cool. All right. Let's try this again and see what happens. Hopefully I don't blow nothing up. Nothing's touching that shouldn't be touching. Keep these isolated from each other. I should probably put some heat shrink on there. I will do that in the future. Let's see what happens here when I go ahead and connect power. God dang it, it's still not doing what it's supposed to do. Ugh. Oh, well, that took care of that. Get another one of these bad boys. Okay. Ugh. Really need to. I need to get the right terminals. These are the wrong size. These are a little bit too small. It doesn't quite want to grab when I crimp it. I get a crappy crimper too. Okay. Push buttons fine, but you can also do this. Keep pushing ground. Okay. There must connect to Arduino ground, common ground. Okay. Regardless state. All right. Well, let's see what it tells me now. Hey, what's up, Tim? Don't let the smoke out. Yeah, I'll try not to let this magic smoke come out of this. I will try my hardest. It is really, really chilly. Oh, my goodness. I've been doing nothing but troubleshooting all day. So the VBA that I've been doing and the Excel stuff is, man, did I make something cool. For work, anyway. It's not like cool that anybody else would care, but I have this basically exam database that I can generate exams based off of questions I put in there. I can categorize the questions. I can check and see how well those questions do over time, how students do over time at the question level, at the learning objective level, at the module level. Generate reports. I can archive exams, pull up old exams, edit questions, edit student roster. I mean, I can do all kinds of stuff. It's taken a lot of time, a lot of code, a lot of work, but it's pretty damn cool. I'm super excited about it. And now comes the boring task of actually filling the database with all the questions. And then making the buttons and things look pretty. I believe form follows function. So I'm going to make it work first. And then I will get it to look cool. For now, though, I finally got it stable. I made an archived copy of it. I need to move it to SharePoint because that's where all of our stuff needs to live now. And then I will start using it. Oh, ChatGPT stuck again. What is going on? All right. Got it. The boost red light is on as soon as you connect battery power, regardless of push button. One of two things is true. Boost Vin Plus is still getting 24 volts directly. Boost Vin Plus is not getting 24 volts directly, but the SSR could be bad. Remove SSR control wires. Power off first. Remove the two small wires from the control. Power on. Okay. So now I need to remove these two control wires. Ow! Where did I put my screwdriver? There it is. Remove these two control wires. Control wires removed. Power on. Okay, red LED came on. So, test one. Test one resulted in red LED on boost. Controller turning on. From the SSR output terminal 2 to boost Vin Plus. Okay, so test 2. Remove the power going to Vin Plus. So remove that wire. Removing that wire. Where the wire goes from SSR output terminal 2 to boost Vin Plus. power on. So I might have a bad SSR. Okay, interesting. So, tell me what happens. So, test 2. If boost, that means there is no bypass. The only feed to boost is so is stuck on. That would confirm a failed or incorrect SSR. Okay, so test 2 resulted in no red LED at boost. So I have a bad part that I need to return, is what it turns out to be. Stuck on failed close, or it's not actually switching DC correctly internally. All right, now I need to order a new part on Amazon. Okay, so I need to return this. Um, so I guess I won't be doing any more of the wiring stuff tonight. I don't want to get product. I want to return it. Refund to Amazon account balance. No, refund to my card. Continue. I will drop this off in downtown. Okay. All right. So now a little MOSFET circuit. Okay, I'm going to take the coupon price and I'm going to add that to cart. Go to cart and buy this now. Save that for later. Save that for later. Let me order this part and then we'll get to fastest tomorrow. Yes. All right. All right, so that ends that for now. Yeah, it's a 24-volt battery. So what I'm making is um, that big LED on the chip right here. This is a 100-watt LED. I'm trying to get this to flash. It's about a 2 to 300 millisecond pulse. I'm making a camera flash. I'm making a camera prop. So this is going to be the flash for the bulb. I'm going to build a bulb. It's about 8 inches or so in diameter with half of it reflective. This is going to point at the reflective side, which is going to point at the students on the field. And then it should reflect that light back to the stand. So what the stands see and what the judges see is this big bright flash, but it won't blind the students. That's the goal. Trying to get it to work. And for now, it's not working. So I got to return that little doodad right there. And then I'll have my other part in tomorrow. And I don't know that I feel like messing with a cutting board tonight. Actually, tomorrow I won't be doing anything. Well, maybe. Kids just have a short band performance tomorrow. So that part will come in and I can mess with this tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was an abject failure tonight. Got some of them LEDs mounted mine to the bottom of a small cup heat sink. Yeah, I do have to get a heat sink. That's what it calls for anyway. But for a really quick flash, that's not going to happen too often. I mean, can it generate that much heat that quickly? I don't know. But I at least want to test it. I don't know what kind of heat sink. It said a CPU heat sink. Oh, actually, I've got an old computer. I can just pull the heat sink out of that. I've got some 40 millimeter fans or whatever they are that I'll have to wire in at some point. Yeah, yours wasn't just yeah, exactly. Like mine's just a quick flash. I'm not really. It's not. It's only going to be 3, 4, maybe 5 flashes total during the show, and several minutes apart. So, is what it is. Yeah, sorry that was an abject failure tonight. But hey, that happens, right? What I tell my students is you learn from your failures, not from your successes. And so we'll learn something. That's kind of what this channel is about, making stuff and learning stuff. I learned I can't solder. I really suck at it. I learned that I haven't messed with electronics or electrical stuff in way too long. At least I can kind of talk the language with the chat bot there, the GPT. I learned I probably have 3 of these. Don't know where any of marks of the one I just bought. And what else have I learned? I learned I bought a bunch of these XT60 connectors, and I have no idea why. It told me I should. I just don't know what I'm going to use them for. I guess when I go to rewire everything, I can use that for connectors instead of butt splice connectors and some of this other stuff. But for now, it is what it is. And I can solder right into those, right? I can just fill that with solder and then pop the wire in there. I think. Should be able to. I think that's how that works. Oh, anyway, we'll figure that out as we go along. So, yeah, I got nothing else that I'm working on tonight. I do need to make a couple more. Do I have the wood? Oh, I do have the wood for it. No, that's really thick. That's thick with 2 C's. Is that thinner? Do I have any of my thinner material here? Ugh. I hope so. I've got to make a couple more coasters for students. I was supposed to bring them in today. I completely forgot about it yesterday. That's thick too. It's not the right board. Son of a gun. I mean, I've got a bunch of the wood, I just was hoping I already had some cut that I could use instead of having to cut down some more of these boards. What do I got here? I think that's good. That should be the right stuff. Along with everything else, I really need to organize this crap. That should work. This is the wrong stuff, though. All right, I'm going to quickly make a coaster for my students. Oh, I might have some scrap that I could do it on. I only have 2 coasters done. I need one more. Let's see if I have enough scrap. I can do it on that. Because this stuff, if I remember right, didn't really cut well last time. At one point, it was cutting great. Is that good scrap? No, that is. I'm only going to make 2 of these. Yep. Okay. Good scrap piece. And then I can get rid of this piece. So we'll fire up the old laser. And get a couple of these done. The laser should be plugged in. Okay. So we can watch the laser do its thing real quick. And then I think I'll be done for tonight. Let's see here. Go open up Lightburn. Dance around here a little bit. So open up Lightburn. Open work. Coasters. I only need 2 of them. I think I can put them side by each. Yeah. Delete that. Delete all that. Delete that. And then grab that and move it over here. And take all this and move it down just a wee bit. Just to make sure it's going to end up where I want it to be. I could line those up, but I'm not going to. That's close enough. All right. So that should be exactly what I need. 17.5 is the last time I used this. Go ahead and lower that down. Okay, it's moving like it should. And begin. And then we can watch the laser do its thing. Ugh. Yay, laser. Laser's doing its thing. It's cutting stuff. This should only take a couple minutes. Then I'll get them painted. And drop those off to those guys tomorrow. You never know what you're going to get on this channel. Could be electronics work, could be using laser, who knows? Tomorrow night, if I do get this light to work, then I've got a couple cutting boards I need to cut out and get engraved for a customer. And then work on building the actual prop to fit the electronics into. All right, now that I have that done, I can grab a board here, scrap board. Actually, let me get this set up. Maybe you guys have seen me do this before, maybe not. But if you're ever spray painting small pieces, what I like to do is take some painter's tape, double it back on itself, put it on the board I'm going to be using to spray on, and then I put my pieces on there, and it keeps them from flying when I go to spray them, because that tends to happen. So I need yellow and I need magenta, 2 different sides of this board. Right, that should be good. So we have that. I've got this. I still got a little bit of scrap I can use. Not completely wasted. I've got part of a coaster I can make. Okay. Well, I'll be damned. There's a layer I didn't turn on. Son of a gun. Okay, so now I need to turn the laser back on. Hopefully it's in the right spot. Ugh. It's going to suck if it's not. Actually, instead of doing that, I'm going to just recut that piece. So hold on. I got to paint that sign too. This one's got a lot more room on it. So stupid me, I had a layer turned off that normally I would have writing on. And if I went to redo it, I know for a fact that it would have moved a little bit. So instead of even messing with that, I'm just going to cut it again because I'm just using my scrap anyway. So let's just go ahead and cut that again. I'll cut 2 of those and then 1 of the other, and then I'll have 2 of these. So I'll do both of those, and then I can go below that, right? Yeah. So side by each. Actually, I'll just do, I'll duplicate that a couple times. And then this part I will duplicate again. Now it won't fit. Will that fit? Let's see here. If I move this up, I move these over. This should work in theory. Okay, and then this guy, I can move over here. Yeah, I should be able to get that in there. I'll frame it just to make sure. And this time I'm going to actually turn the layer on that I wanted. Cool. It'll fit. Awesome. It'll just fit. Okay. So I will go ahead and actually, I can get rid of this bit now. Yeah, screw it. I'll leave it there. All right, and begin again. All right, so another couple minutes here of lasering. Look at all the fun things you guys get to see today. I really appreciate whoever's still here and whoever came by today. I know there's other people you could be watching, so glad to hang out. Lasers, yeah, lasers. Yeah, I know you could be hanging out elsewhere, but I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Ooh, what do you have for a laser? What you the? I can't remember. I talked to so many different people. Did you? Were you the one with the fiber laser that you built yourself? I can't remember. Okay, so I did have it right. I do remember some stuff sometimes. Oh, rebuilt. Okay, well, either way, I mean, that's quite the feat. That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. The other prop I built one yesterday for the theater group. I think I'm going to have to redo it. 30-watt Raycas rebuilt. Whew, man, that is awesome. Keep talking like that. I'm going to have to try to do that myself. Although I'm going to have to probably learn how to solder in order to do that. One of these days, what I really want is a thunder laser. I want a big boy. I just don't have room. Well, I mean, I have room for it. I would need to clean some crap up around here. But I'd love to have this little guy for doing small jobs, and then that thunder laser to batch things out. But that's just not in the cards right now. That's a pretty good cut area. This is 12 by 20 ish. Like, it does fine. Like, for the amount of work I actually get for it, it's fine. But like this cutting board or these pair of cutting boards I'm going to do, I'm going to have to get real creative with how I fit that in here and make it work. I'll probably have to put my 4-inch lens on, which I've never used before, and actually put it underneath the laser, underneath the honeycomb bed, because there's an opening there, but it's a really small opening. So we'll see. I'll make it happen. Or I'll do it on the CNC. Either way, it's getting engraved. Would actually be kind of cool to do it on the CNC and backfill with resin, but that's not what the customer asked for. They wanted it lasered. I'm going to make it happen. And no soldering required. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I can do no solder. I wish it were smarter about how it did its cuts. It thinks this is the most efficient way to do it, but it really is not. Sometimes it just chooses weird paths. If I knew how to like make my own G code, I would adjust the G code a bit, but that's not something I want to get into right now. Dial gives a nicer dark mark than the seal. Really? Huh. I don't remember. Well, I think I had a 10-watt diode, and it was a true 10-watt. Um, or maybe it was a 7.5 watt. No, I'm pretty sure it was 10. I started with a 5, and I think I bought a new module for it. But it was just slow, man. It was a, was it Alex Maker clone? I forget it was some knockoff Chinese brand. I mean, it was good. It was good to learn on. Like, I'm glad I bought that thing. I think I paid maybe $100 for it, $125 for it, and I mean, it paid for itself many times over. Okay, let's check this out. Let's see if I did this right this time. It looks like it did from the camera view. And I need to do some cleaning in here. It's been a while. Oh, I could have fit one more on there. Sorry. Smoky, smoky. I got room for one more little piece somewhere. All right, so I've got all the pieces of my coaster here. Tape them down. After I pull them out, all the radiation symbol coasters from the students. Get them painted. I've got 2 other ones that are ready to go. And one of them, she wanted sparkles on hers. I told her I could probably do that, but just haven't yet. What the heck? Where did I put the other one? One, two. There's 2 complete. Where did I put the other? Oh, it's over here. It's already stuck to the board. That's why. Okay, so did I paint that yellow? Yeah, I did. Okay, so yellow there. So this is magenta. This is yellow. Here, these are magenta. So what I do is I got these stuck to the board. Double backed painter's tape. I can spray it, and that's it. We're done. Let me grab my spray paint. The right colors. Do I have those out? I think I have. That's not magenta, is it? No, there's no way that's magenta. That's claret wine. I should probably put some of my spray paint away. Hey, putting things away. Crazy. Crazy talk. Yeah, like glitter paint. She's all into glittery stuff. There's my yellow. And there's my magenta. Cool. Hopefully the tips are clean. I know I did spray them and wipe them down with a Q-tip the last time I used them. So let's back up the camera a bit. Zoomed in. Oop, there's my mess. Look at all that crap everywhere. Yeah, I'm going to try adding some sparkle to it while it's wet. Let me grab that stuff. So I use this with resin a lot, but this Yerk, I bought this box off of Amazon a long time ago, and I haven't finished any of these colors yet. It doesn't take much when you're using, like in resin, to color the resin, make it nice and opaque, um, and just add a little bit of zhuzh, I guess, to want to make it. I've never used this citron yellow, so we're gonna use a little bit of that and see if we can find a magenta color. That's red. That's what I want. Amethyst? Nope. What's that? Dusk? No. I think I actually have a magenta in here. I can't remember. Shiraz? Oh, geez, they're all wine colors. There's gold. There's pink. Not quite what I want. I may not have a magenta in here. What's that? Steel. Yeah, steel would be kind of cool, I guess. Onyx gem, that's black. Silver, no. That's steel. It's like a bluish, purplish color. Oh, no, there's magenta right there. See, I did have magenta. It's just very, very pink. It's more on the pink side than the red side. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to put on some gloves so I don't get it. Your wife painted a good many of our laser cut Christmas ones with glitter fingernail polish. Yeah, I mean, that works too, right? Let me grab some gloves. I just, I've never done this before, spray paint and add the glitter to it. So I have no idea how this is going to come out. It may look like complete crap when I'm done, but we'll see. Worst case scenario, it looks bad and I just paint another one. These cost me like 10 cents to make when all's said and done. So I don't know if I've ever mentioned to you before anyway about where I get my my 1/8 inch plywood, but I've got a local shop, wood shop, that gets it in 5 foot by 5 foot sheets, and he cuts it down for me. And oh man, he sells it to me for, I think it's $30 or $40 a sheet. I can't remember what it is, but when all's said and done, it works out to be about $2.50 per sheet that fits on my laser. $2 to $2.40, somewhere around there, which is way better than $6 to $8 a sheet from different retailers online. Heat this up a little bit. It's really cold in the garage. All right, so we're going to try painting this the yellow here. We'll start with that. Nice healthy coat. Away from that cutting board. And then we're going to, while it's wet, we're going to add some sparkle to it. See what happens here. Oh, did I do the wrong side of the... I did. Nope, I didn't. Okay. That one never got the lines on it. So add some of this sparkle to this. Don't know how well that's going to work. Oh, that looks like crap. Oh my goodness. Finger painting time. I have to put another coat of spray paint on that. That did not work. like I thought it would, because it just clumped it. I don't have a really good way to like mist it. So I'm going to now close that up. I guess later I could add some sparkly fingernail polish to it. Try that. I made my gloves sparkly. Okay, well that didn't work. That was a failure. I'm going to wipe those and then just repaint them while it's wet. All right. Failures all around tonight. Everything from band props to drink coasters. But we learned something. I cannot add sparkles to spray paint. All right, that's a nice solid coat right there. I'll do the flip it, clean it, wipe the nozzle. So hopefully it doesn't get clogged. I have such a bad time with these nozzles getting clogged, especially because I don't use the spray paint all that often. So I tend to get clogged pretty easily, just sitting there. All right, now the magenta. Magenta goes on pretty good. The yellow sometimes needs two coats. (16°C). All right. Usually I can get the magenta on basically one coat. And then tomorrow morning I will, before I go to work, I'll glue them together with some super glue. There we go. Drink coasters, done. And I'm not even going to bother trying to get that magenta on there because I just can't get it to do the thing. What I could try to do though is afterwards, once it's dry, like really finally get that on there somehow. Maybe even with like a Q-tip, and then add clear nail polish to it. But I'm not worried about it right now. I'm trying to mess with that on a future date. Put that away. Again, putting something away. Yay! All right, so that's it for tonight. We've got coasters made. We've got learned that the part I bought was bad. And we did some spray painting and some lasering. It's funny because I teach my students also how to take gloves off, contamination gloves. And I tell them, hey, I actually use the same practice at home to make sure I don't ever get anything on my hands. So anyway, let me turn the laser off. Don't need that on anymore. I'm not playing with that anymore tonight. There we go. That's off. So it's been fun. It's a fun day Monday. And weren't really successful at anything, but learned some stuff. And try again tomorrow if I have time. Otherwise, it'll be Wednesday. My work day Wednesday. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. Jack, I think you're probably the only one still on. Hey, it says for watching, but anybody who did come and hang out, thank you very much. Subscribe if you want to. If you don't. Hit the like button. All that fun stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one. Maybe tomorrow night. Probably definitely Wednesday night. And I might do every night this week. Who knows? I got a lot of little things here and there that I got to do. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. And as always, go make something.